Every game has some unused content that never made it into the final product. It can be from many reasons, like time restraints, engine limitations, or simply that it shouldn't be in the game. The first Slime Rancher game is no different, having quite a history of unused content. I thought I would go through the list of assets, mechanics, and sound design that did not make it into the game. Let's get ranching. The Meteor Slime is an old piece of content that was meant to be part of the game's earliest development. However, it was scrapped due to not working mechanically. Originally, the Meteor Slime had a magnetic ability where it sucks objects together and rained fire flares. These abilities were very similar to the Dervish and Mosaic, so they scrapped the slimes entirely. In the game's files, there is an assets prop of an asteroid. Was it related to the Meteor Slimes? Who really knows? Next, we got some beta slimes. These slimes were definitely different from what we see in the final game. Their designs were much simpler. This was during the earliest stages of the game's development, so early that Monomi Parker used the medic from TF2 model as a placeholder while testing the game. Pretty cool, huh? Chimes is a musical tool that was introduced back in 2018. Since then, every year, Monomi Park released new instrumental chimes for us to play with. Of course, there is bound to be unused musical chimes that weren't in the game. I am not going to play them all, but here's the full list of musical instruments that are in the files. Electric piano, low glockenspiel, I am very sorry, I might more likely butcher that. Bells, plunky, fives, low fives, and finally organs. You know the barrier that surrounds the grill to prevent slimes from escape. At one point there was an option to add wallpaper to the barrier. Even though there is only one wallpaper in the files, it would be nice if Monomi Park would bring this option back into the sequel. Believe it or not, crouching was at one point part of the game's movements, but removed for unknown reasons. Maybe that's a good thing. Just like the flashlights, there was no point of adding it, except that during jetpacking while crouching, you'll be able to glide, which sounds really nice to include. This one is pretty weird. In the files, every slime has a cube model. Why? I don't know. This likely influenced the creation of the Cube Slime mod. This is basically a cheat sheet for game developers. The keywords were meant to help Monomi Park developers to manipulate the game more easily. A prototype gadget that was part of the Hydro Turret line. It is exactly how it sounds. While active, a rain effect will cover an area, pulsing every few seconds. A handy tool to get rid of hordes of tar. It was scrapped for unknown reasons. However, the gadget made a return in Slime Rancher 2. The Elite Taming Bell was also a planned gadget but scrapped. Iron Rancher mode was a game mode intended for replayability with challenges and new rules. Was originally meant to be released with Victor's experimental update but was scrapped from Mick in favor of other content. I quote, "This mode adds a replayable survival-like experience to the game. It has you race against time to collect quotes of various ports across multi-day rounds. Each round will also include mixed rules and various challenges, including vampiric chickens, random plorts, random tar spawns, increased hunger, and more." End quote. Hopefully they will bring this mode back in the sequel. This one is a mystery. In the game's code, there is an unused facial expression asset for the tar where it makes the tar's expression more mellow. It is unknown what this expression was used for. Modifiers are special options which change the rules of the game, like Clock Chula, chickens become a pharaoh at night, Bad Moon Rising, 5% chance for a tar to spawn at night, The Gambler, 10% chance for a slime to produce a random plort instead of its own, and more. This feature was originally planned to be part of Iron Rancher mode. Puddle Gordo, we all wish it can happen, but there's no model or objects associated with the slime. The Pure Saper Slime's model can be found in the game's code, cannot spawn them naturally, nor be backpacked. unless you use a mod of course. Otherwise, their behavior is just like any other slime until Slime Rancher 2 came along. An interesting feature where you have an option to fat pack anything except for slimes. Grown packs, a fashionable feature to decorate your home. However, there were 3 that were scrapped, named Ruby, Amethyst, and an unknown file name. The weather system was originally part of the game's prototype stages of development. Rain was the only available weather where every 3 to 12 hours, including the glass test, would rain. However, tar was not affected by this, making it purely cosmetic. The only thing that was affected by the rain was the pond. Originally, players had to manually refill ponds in order for puddles to survive, making rain very useful. And that is it for all the unused content. You can check out the full list down below. I know I missed a few ones, I just picked the ones that are very interesting to mention. Hopefully in the future I could do a Slime Rancher 2 unused content video. Like always, stay wiggly.